at Anfield. Big game of the weekend. Liverpool against Arsenal, the top two from last season. Wasn't the game we necessarily expected, was it? It was not quite as good as we perhaps anticipated.
It's come a little bit early in the season. You know, two of the top teams, not firing on all cylinders by any means, but Liverpool just finding a way to get the job done, aren't they? You know, champions do that. That's what they do. That's what Arsenal need to find a way to win games and get over the line when they're not playing at their best. They're certainly not playing at their best at the moment. The lineups were very interesting for me. I thought Eze coming in right the crest of a wave, very high, got introduced to the fans.
Where would you you'd have played Eze?
I would have definitely played him.
Where would you have played him? Would you have played him on the left-hand side instead of Martinelli? Or?
Personally, I understand why he plays Martinelli here, because he knows Szoboszlai is going to be a right-back and he's a stand-in defender. So his pace might have given him a problem. As it turned out, it didn't cause him any problems whatsoever. I would have played Zubimendi and Rice in here, and I would have left out Mourinho.
So play those two as a holding two,
and I would have played Eze in there,
as a 10.
And I think he's bright enough to know recognise when he needs to come back and thicken up the midfield. And I think it would give you more drive with the ball. He would have picked up the ball. He secures the ball. He takes you from defence to attack. He dribbles forward, a little bit more direct and a little bit more flair. I think if you asked Arne Slot, was he pleased to see Eze off the team sheet? His answer would have been yes.
Yeah, he would have been quite pleased as well. Playing at right back, Dominic Szoboszlai.
Yeah.
Is that a surprise to you? He actually performed really well, didn't he, in that position? Defensively, very good. His range of passing, we know, as a midfield player, he's got that ability to go long, a bit like Trent Alexander-Arnold, and he kept coming into this position as well, didn't he? Into that central position, getting on the ball.
That's it. I mean, he's reliable. He'll do his job. I mean, for me, he's got lungs like a deep-sea diver for me. I mean, he just keeps going. He's absolutely non-stop. Would not want to play against this kid. He'll run me into the ground, whether he's playing right back, whether he's playing central midfield. He knows the job, what he needs to do, and he's not worried about it. I think he can play anywhere on that pitch, and he would understand the job, what he needs to do.
Looks a good team, doesn't it? And you add a couple of new players in there as well, Gay and Isak potentially to that starting 11. It looks pretty strong, doesn't it?
Looks inevitable that them two are coming to the football club. Isak can play anywhere across. He can play off the left side. He can play down the middle. You're going to need competition. In-house competition is everything if you want to challenge on all fronts, and I think they're capable of doing it. Konate picks up an injury in the game, so Guy coming into there as well. They're the team to beat, aren't they?
Yeah, they are the team to beat. I mean, champions last year, and they've added really well this season as well. Arsenal have finished runners-up 3 seasons running. Did they go into this game a little bit too negative in your eyes? I mean, we looked at that midfield. You said you'd have played Ezra as a number 10.
Yeah.
On the face of it, 3 defensive midfield players. Martin Odegaard only fit enough for the bench as well. It looked a little bit defensive, do you think, from Arteta?
Yeah, well, I mean, we got the benefit of hindsight, and obviously Mikel's the one who's got to pick the team and send them out there. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, as the manager. If you don't get a result, you get it wrong. You know, that is the reality of football management. Margins. But for me, I would have, and I'm looking at it after seeing the game. I always try and put my head in the other dressing room. What would Arne Slot not want to see? And I don't think he would want to see Eze on that team, because I think he's got more flavour. He's got more guile. He can see a pass. He can drive you forward. He can open you up if you create any space for him. So, look, it was nothing in the game, was it? No. It's won by a special moment from Szoboszlai. And I think as the game was going on, you're thinking, you know what? Both of these teams look like they were might satisfied with a draw.
Yeah.
You know, just not to lose the game. But Liverpool just found a moment, as they always do.
Maybe a lack of support for Gyökeres in the game as well. Let's have a look at some of the clips. And did they make the right decisions at times? Because you look at this is a great opportunity for Arsenal on the counter-attack. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 up against 4 Liverpool defenders. They're on the break. It's a great chance, isn't it, to capitalise on a counter-attack. We'll play it on. What I would like to just bring to your attention really is this defensive side of from an Arsenal perspective, because you're looking at from the midfield now. Where's the midfield? This is one of your midfield players. This is Mourinho getting forward, but you've got 2 of your midfield players, Rice and Zubimendi, really deep, and they don't really get up and support at all. So keep an eye on Rice and Zubimendi as this develops. Doesn't make the right choice probably on the counter attack. Gyökeres makes the run. He doesn't play it. Even now, I'm going to stop it now, and I'm looking at this at the back. That's 5 Arsenal players inside their own half still. I'm thinking, Declan Rice, Zubimendi, if you're one of the centre-halves here, you're saying, get up there, go and lock in. If we lose this ball now, we need to be locked in, wherever it might be, there and there, just go and get tight to someone.
Yeah.
Bit defensive.
Yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely spot on. They need to lock onto them Liverpool players. But you just can't help thinking if that was Eze on the ball, he would have picked the right pass.
Yeah.
He would have picked the right moment. That's why they brought him to the football club. He has that quality to be able to do it. Martinelli's got his own qualities, but he's a little bit of a head-down merchant. He wants to run, show his pace all of the time. But you still need to be organised. I'm surprised the two centre-backs are very organised normally, very vocal. They should be pushing Declan Rice onto their Mourinho on, locking on, just in case that ball comes back out.
They don't. We'll play it on. Again, it gets snuffed out. Liverpool deal with it. Pause this here. I'm going to stop that here. You're looking at here, options. When this ball comes back, you're looking for Gyökeres. You're looking to get early service into him. He wants to run the channels.
Yeah.
Ball's coming back. Can we deliver it? Can we deliver it into that channel?
Yeah.
Madueke's already made the move. He could potentially play Madueke in behind. Yeah. He could also, if I just get rid of that, he could also ask for this. I mean, this ball into Gyökeres' feet. If he's not going to run the channel and Madueke's making that run, he's got that ball into his feet. Yeah. You watch what happens. Ball comes back to him. His first thought, can I turn back?
Yeah, negative.
Negative, isn't it? You're looking for someone to be positive in that middle of the field. Pick a pass, be positive, try and break Liverpool down. Yeah. First thought, can I turn back?
Arsenal would have done loads of analysis on Liverpool at the start of the season. And if they have had a weakness, it would have been one player, it would have been Konate. Mm-hmm. You don't want to run in there. You don't want to be running towards his own goal. We've seen him struggling physically at the moment. I think he will get better. Unfortunately, he's picked up an injury because he's probably not correct at the moment. He's not right. So use Gyökeres, use him in the channel. Try and draw Virgil out of the way, come in short. One comes short to play over the top.
First two games, you've seen Bournemouth go at Liverpool, scored 2 goals. You've seen Newcastle go at Liverpool, they've scored 2 goals. Arsenal didn't really do that, did they?
It was all about, it's to keep, I know what the mindset is, just keep the possession, try and quieten the crowd down. But I think you quieten the crowd down by creating chances for yourself, getting your centre forward in the game time and time again. Like I say, the weakness at the moment is certainly Konate.
Yeah, and they probably actually did control things in the first half, Arsenal, didn't they, in terms of keeping the ball and keeping Liverpool quiet. Again, pick the ball up in midfield. Can we be positive? Looking for something. Again, is it a long one over the top? Is it that ball over the channel again for Gyökeres in behind? Is it the ball into his feet? Is he going to come and show for you? Mm-hmm. Can you play out wide, maybe, and get your Calafiori on the move straight away? Play it on again. Gives it away. Just watch. Before I'll tell you what, we'll take this back. Just keep your eye on Mikel Arteta. Just keep your eye on the manager. See what his reaction is when they give this ball away.
Yeah. To be fair, though, Matt, if we go back a little bit, if I'm the player in possession there, what are my options? Where is the easy pass? There isn't one. Someone needs to be in this area where Eze would be, in here, facing up, give me the ball in here, trying to drag a defender in.
Gyökeres, you're actually hoping for him to come here, aren't you?
Absolutely, or one of them. If he needs to, I'm happy for Gyökeres to stay high, occupy the centre halves, but someone else has to then come off the line and play in there. As he played with wide players, he played with Martinelli, who wants to hug the touchline. If you're playing with an Eze or Odegaard, you come into them pockets, and pick up the ball. But it was, Madueke needs to find his way in there. They need to be more flexible. Instead, they're just creating the width, opening it up. Nearly puts himself into a lot of problems there. Yeah.
Again, this time it's Declan Rice. Does really well here. Plays the ball down the channel and Gyökeres is away. Yeah. Do you want him on the wing? Do you want him on the left wing, Gyökeres? You probably want him in the middle, don't you? Konate does really well, actually. Yeah. Sticks with him. Wins the challenge.
I'm happy with him doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, Konate won't want to do that 10 times. That's what they should have been doing. Just keep feeding it down the sides, dragging the fullbacks in, rolling the ball down the sides, but they're not passing it forward. No. Not progressive enough with their passing.
I'm just going to pause it here again now. So this is Liverpool, Arsenal on the attack again. It's Timber on the ball. 1, 2, 3 midfield players. Actually, 3 midfield players. Yeah. Again, you're looking for an Odegaard, an Eze, whoever it might be, to be the link, aren't you? You want him to be driving and picking the pass. Yeah. But your 3 midfield players are deep again.
Yeah. As a manager and as a playing side, they're looking at the scoreboard. They're looking at 0-0. They're happy with the situation. At Anfield, they would quite happily get on that bus with a point. And that's the mindset. Unfortunately, right or wrong,
6v2.
That was the mindset.
6v2 at the back.
Yeah.
Again, as Arsenal break. Again, Liverpool get numbers back, deal with it. But they're still not really pushing on at the back, Arsenal, relying on set pieces. Frustrating, isn't it, from Mikel Arteta? You can see how disappointed he was. And actually, let's have a look at this. Look, Gyökeres' touches. He had 18 touches in the game. Somehow they've got to find a way of getting the very best out of him. We know he's a goal scorer. We've seen his record over the last 3 or 4 seasons. 18 touches, only 2 in the opposition box. Neither of them a chance or a sight on goal.
Yeah, I'm not blaming him for that. I think he's learning his teammates, he's learning the Premier League. It takes time. I think Mikel's doing the right thing by playing him, keeping him in there. Hopefully he can get more goals like he did at Leeds. You know, keep him on the pitch, gets 2 goals, play at home next time round. You know, they perhaps get another few goals. But in the big games, someone needs to turn up.
Yeah.
They need to turn up, like Mo Salah does all of the time when he's at Liverpool. In them big games, always steps up.
Yeah.
Yesterday he was quiet, someone else's turn. They're always finding a way to win games, whether it's set pieces or whatever means it is, they win the game at the end.
Arsenal aren't good at set pieces. We know that. They score a lot of goals from set pieces. But if we look at this statistic, it's actually quite alarming, really. Lowest open play XG so far this season.
Yeah.
Arsenal is the second worst in the division to Sunderland, newly promoted Sunderland, just 1.57. That will be an area of concern for Mikel Arteta, won't it?
Absolutely. I mean, no Saka, he's a huge miss. He does create, you know, opportunities out of nothing. Little superstar, that guy. Eze's going to help in that regard because he is all about, when he gets the ball, he always looks forward, he progresses with his movement, and he finds the pass, and he can score goals as well. So, you know, they've got a lot of work to do. As I say, they're not firing all cylinders. They're rusty at the moment. No Odegaard again yesterday. Yeah. I think he will come back to his best as well. Look, if anyone finishes above Arsenal, they win it. But I think it's Liverpool's. Well,
they certainly look the team to beat, don't they? Let's look at Arsenal's midfield then in terms of their creation, because we said they lack creativity at the weekend, especially without Martin Odegaard. Yeah. Chances created so far this season. Odegaard's created 1, Rice has created 4, Zubimendi and Mourinho both played at the weekend, none. But important to note, Rice's 4 chances created, all from set pieces, all from corners. Open play chances created, none. Martin Odegaard's the only person in that Arsenal midfield that's created a chance from open play.
Yeah,
we know he's a gifted player, but they need to have a little bit more guile, don't they, to try and break teams down that are going to sit in against a really good Arsenal side.
And teams are going to sit in against them. They give them the respect, you know, so they are going to pack in. They're going to need more players. Sometimes if you snuff out Odegaard, you haven't got anything else. This year they have. They bought players. They need Saka back as quickly as they possibly can. But they also need to work on some patterns, some better movements to get in behind teams. They need to get the shots off. And maybe, you know, Mourinho could play as a sitting midfielder, Zubimendi on his own and let Declan Rice go forward. I think he can occupy defenders, he can dislodge them, create space for others. We know Declan's got an eye for a goal, even if it's not from set pieces. You can get yourself forward. But set pieces win games. But they also got to learn how to defend set pieces as well.
Absolutely.
Because they're not great at that.
No, they're not.
So the set piece coach who gets a lot of credit for everything they score, he's also in charge of the defending set pieces. And sometimes it's costing them goals and games.
Might have a look at that in a minute. But Arsenal's biggest challenges the last couple of seasons have been Liverpool and Man City. If we look at Mikel Arteta's record against those two, away from home, first 5, he lost all 5 away at Liverpool and Man City. They scored once and conceded 16. They've got better. They have improved, but they're still not won. So they've drawn 5 and lost 2 in the last 7, scored 8, conceded 12, but they're yet to win away. If they're going to win a title, they're going to have to go to the likes of Liverpool and Man City and put in a statement and win 3 points.
They are. They say you win titles by taking points off the top teams. I think
they've actually got a decent record against the big 6, if you like, under Arteta.
I would like to know how many of these games, with the stats here were quite damning with no wins, how many games have they actually tried to win, or have they set out just to not get beat? You know, that's the mindset. I think they've got the players to really take it onto the front foot. Anyone they play against, probably in European football, not only in the Premier League. Anyone. They've got that much quality in depth now. They need their best players back to fitness. Of course they do. But I think they've got the squad now. I think there's no excuses for Mikel now. I think it's now or never for Arsenal.
Absolutely. The game was decided, though, by a moment of magic, wasn't it, from Dominic Szoboszlai. And he'd done his research prior to taking the free kick. Let's hear from him.
I had to take a risk and shoot it a little bit harder because I knew, of course, Raya likes to jump behind the wall, and of course he's an unbelievable goalkeeper. So if I think if it goes a little bit more inside, he saves it.
Right. Oh, so, but you're also aware of him as a goalkeeper making that move the other way. That's interesting.
Yeah, I was looking a lot of videos.
Interesting. Watched a lot of videos. Maybe you'd watched this one, Tim, from last year against Man United. Bruno Fernandes' free kick against him. If we play it on.
First and foremost, how far are the wall back? I mean, they're only they can be 10 yards. They must be 15 yards away there. I mean, it's easy to get the ball from that distance up and down past the goalkeeper. He can almost touch his post. He's so far across there.
He's too far across, isn't he? He's too far across. We'll play it on. It's probably best to see it from behind the goal. It's a brilliant finish from Bruno Fernandes. He does have a little step across. Eventually, this is a better way. This is a better position, isn't it? So you're looking at his starting position. It's far too far to the right-hand side. We'll play it on. I'm just going to play it slowly. I'm going to stop it now. He has a little movement to his left. But even then, he's not quite centre of the goal. He's still got a lot to make up, hasn't he? Play it on. He has a little step. Can't quite get there. So that's maybe one that Dominic Szoboszlai has had a look at and thought, maybe he goes a little bit too far across his goal. If I can get that over the wall, I've got a great opportunity to score. Something that David Raya maybe has got that tendency just to step across his goal. We'll have a look at it. It's central. It's, 30 yards out. It's a hell of a finish from Dominic Szoboszlai.
Yeah. How many people in the crowd are saying, don't shoot from there, 32 yards out, you're never going to score past this goalkeeper?
Were you saying that? Were you watching it?
Absolutely. I was saying, surely you're not going to shoot from there.
Yeah.
I mean, he's never taken a free kick before. He's always had Trent in the way.
Yeah, that's true.
What technique?
Let's watch
power.
it through. It's brilliant, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. I'm just going to slow it down now, and I'm just going to pause it again, because I'm just going to pause it and I'm just going to highlight him. So, talk about doing his research. So he's now talking to... There's only a three-man wall for Arsenal. He's now talking to his wall. So he's talking to Gakpo and Wirtz. Watch what he does. So he's saying, go back. So he's saying to those two, go back. You need to go back a bit. So he sends them back. And then he says, get across a bit. Yeah. So they move across a bit. By going across now, by doing that, I'll just get rid of that. He blocked the view of the goalkeeper, David Raya. But look at his position again. Yeah. He's very similar, isn't it, to the Bruno Fernandes one, where he's a little bit too far across his goal. He needs to try and get his eyes on the ball somehow, if he possibly can, David Raya. I'll play it on slowly. In fact, I'll just stop it again, because now he's trying to react, actually. Watch him now. So he's trying to react to what Liverpool have done, saying to his wall, get across. Watch this. Yeah. So now he's saying, get across. Calafiori turns around. He says, oh, what? We've got to come away across right, to our left. So they come across to their left. So eventually, he's running up to take it. By moving now, by moving, he's now got eyes on the ball. He can actually see the ball. And just before it's kicked, you can see he's moving more to the centre of the goal. So he's almost now central. It's not the worst position, I don't think, for the goalkeeper. Play it on slowly. He gets across. It's just perfection, though, isn't it?
It's in the postage stamp, top corner. Yeah. I just think if Liverpool didn't put a wall up, would he have saved it? I think Gakpo does as much as he can, and Wirtz to try and block it so he sees it late. But the technique and the power of the shot, I just think it's unstoppable. I really do. Yeah. I just think we have to, give the credit to Szoboszlai for the finish. It's just a 1 in a million strike. Yeah. Hopefully he's capable of doing that again. He clicks his fingers. It's magic. It's magic. What is that boy? He's got everything. That boy, hasn't he?
He has got everything. One last stat, and you mentioned it already, that they concede a lot from set pieces. They score a lot from set pieces, but this is most set piece goals conceded last season and into this one. Yeah. They're the fifth worst. Just 15 they've conceded. Wolves the worst with 23.
Yeah, they've got to get better at that. It's fine details. They know how important they are to win them games. They've done enough scoring in the opposition's goal. They need to concentrate more on the defensive side of it. 1,000,000%. And if they do it, the same fine margins will win you leagues. Yeah. And they need to get better playing against the top opposition, especially away from home. Yeah.
Moment of magic, though, from Dominic Szoboszlai.
Szoboszlai was actually brilliant before the free kick, right?
Again, I would say. Yeah. But not again in the sense of again as a right fullback, but again, I'm only working with him now for a little bit more over a season. But he, I think, shows what Liverpool is all about. Unbelievable character and sacrifices himself for the team. If he has to play right winger, right fullback, as a 10, doesn't matter where he has to play, he gives his best. And again, he was outstanding today as a fullback, as he also is outstanding when he plays in the midfield for us.
Well, Mikel, obviously a moment of brilliance is part of it, but why do you feel that game's gone Liverpool's way?
Well, obviously very disappointed with the result. Very proud of my players. I think both teams, we elevated the game to a level that it was no margins between the two, and very little happens. A lot of action in many areas, not that much in the boxes. And it was going to be decided in two possible actions, an individual error or a magic moment. And it was decided on a magic moment from the side.
For about an hour, did you feel like it was going almost perfectly to plan? Obviously, you'd have preferred to be ahead. And then did something change around about the hour mark?
Yeah, you cannot dominate here 95 minutes. It's impossible. And you're going to go through those moments. And it was a moment when our keeper had the ball in their hands and then we didn't have any sequences of play afterwards. But we navigated without conceding anything. But at the end, again, I said, you need to find a way to win these big matches. A lot of times are individual magic moments that decide them. And for sure, that was a case with an unbelievable free kick.